Everybody, Matt Gunnipson here coming to you with another video. We've got another digital rock star. We've got Lizelle here all the way from South Africa. Lizelle, how you doing?
Hey, I'm so good and you, Matt. Thanks for inviting me.
Good. Thanks. So just so everybody who's watching knows, we have a series called the Digital Rock Stars. Now, these are folks who are generating at least $10,000 a month in digital product sales. And Lizelle is on this video because she's reached that. Not only is she making over $10,000 a month, she's in South Africa. So dollars over there means a lot more, doesn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So tell us, what were your sales just in the last 30 days?
Well, in the last 30 days, without including May, is just over $30,200.
Oh my goodness.
That's over
Over,
half a million rand in South Africa. Eh?
wow. It's mind blowing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's all because of this program, right?
Yeah. And I'd love to hear about that. So, obviously you didn't start this right here, right? There's a journey, there's a beginning to this story. So tell us, take us back to the beginning before you got into the Digital Growth Academy and then your progress through to taking us all the way to today.
Okay, so how it started was back in 2023. By the way, I'm actually only 5 months in and make this kind of money already. So back in 2023, I was working full time. I already had my beauty salon, which I tried to have my own time because I'm a mother of three. I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. But many years ago, I went through a divorce and I knew that I was going to have to fight for them on my own, have to look after them. So since then, I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but I just couldn't afford it. So during COVID, I went online, did beauty courses, started my own beauty salon, and I ended up working harder because I had to take more clients to be able to help more people and to be able to make more money, which at the end of the day just defeated the entire purpose because I wasn't at home. And when I got home, I was cranky and overwhelmed, and I was so exhausted that I didn't have anything to give my kids. So in 2023, I went through a stage where I had monthly expenses with my business. I had to work to keep the business going. I was so bad in debt. I got a letter from the school saying I can't send my kids back to school if I don't pay up. And I remember the point where I broke was when this morning, one particular morning, my child got up, the middle child, and her school shoe broke. And I had to send it to school because I couldn't even afford new school shoes. And I'll never forget, I told myself that day, I never want to feel like that again. So I knew I needed income. I knew something had to change, but I didn't know how. I was already trying to do it on my own, was already doing the business. So it wasn't for a lack of trying. And I also wasn't scared of hard work. I wanted to be my own boss and I didn't want to go work for someone again. So I went online looking for something to do because online is the way of the future, right? I mean, we're getting our groceries delivered online. There are apps that make our life easier. So I knew online was the way to go. I just didn't know how because I didn't know what digital marketing was. I didn't have any digital marketing skills. I really didn't know. So it just shows you the way I was thinking that time. I was thinking of maybe doing like data entry work or whatever I could doing in the evenings just to make some extra money. But one day, this woman came into my salon, a new client, and she spent over 13,000 just on treatments. And I'm like, what do you do for a living? And she told me digital marketing. And without sounding too eager, I'm just like, tell me about it. And she started telling me a little bit. And I was like, man, I want to ask her so much more. And I took a WhatsApp number, her phone number, and afterwards I would send her a message, please send me more information on this, because what she didn't know was how desperate I was for a way out, right? I needed income like yesterday. And so she sent me and she invited me to a webinar. And in this webinar, I heard other people's stories of how they went from zero earning online to becoming a millionaire within a couple of months. And although it sounded too good to be true for me, I knew the program they were following was obviously working because thousands were already earning on this program. So I was like, well, I don't mind, making a million would be nice, but if I can just make an extra 20,000 Rand, which is about $1,000 a month, I'll be happy. Oh my goodness. 2-3 weeks in, I could see this is going to change my life because only a 2-hour workday, I started earning money from my 4 weeks. By 5th week, I made a second sale, and it just started coming in and coming in. And I was like, okay, bye business. I'm not doing this anymore. If I can do this at home, being around my children, work a 2-hour workday, and I've got an automated system working online for me 24/7. I mean, everyone should know about this, right? And I was like, why doesn't the people know about this? And I decided to do it from home. And since then, my income has just climbed, because within this program, obviously, you would know, you learn how to build an email list, right? Stuff I didn't know, because when you build an email list, you build something that no one can ever take away from you. You build a relationship with clientele and prospective people that are in your situation, or some might be even in a worse situation. So I went on this quest and said, every single parent needs to know about that, because I'm a parent that thought I was going to have to work for the rest of my life. When I started with this, I thought I was going to do this part-time and still be in my business. Man, this is working smarter, so smarter in life and not harder. And if you think $10,000 is too good to be true, if you see the system, you will know how it works. Because to me, I just wanted to make $1,000 a month. And I mean, I made within 3 months, I made over $30,000, all by following a 2-hour workday. So that's me.
Unbelievable. And I just know, because I know YouTube, there's going to be comments that people are going to be like, oh, this is a scam. It's too good to be true. What would you say to that?
You know what? I live in South Africa. And if you know South Africa, yeah, everyone thinks everything's a scam. Because in South Africa, there are, unfortunately, look all over the world digitally, there are a lot of scammers. Like, look at TikTok. How many TikTok? I think I've got like 30 profiles at the moment. And they're also clever because they block you so you can't see them, and then they DM people. So I always say the number one reason how you're going to know if you are being scammed is if someone DMs you. Because if someone wants money from you, that person is not a digital marketer, because we've learned within this course how you can attract your perfect customers. So I don't have to go and look for customers. I don't have to ask people for money. I don't have to ask people to buy from me. In actual fact, within the small little town that I live in South Africa, people are flocking to me. And my husband's like, are you going to let the whole Jeffreys Bay be on this program? I'm like, I'm just doing my 2-hour workday. I'm not asking anyone for anything. But people are hungry for the solution, right? And a lot of people are being scammed because they fall for the quick rich schemes. And when people say something is too good to be true, my best advice is go do your homework before you just think it is too good to be true. You know, because if I told you a couple of years ago that you would be able to download an app on your phone, be able to get your groceries delivered to your door, you would have probably said to me, that would be nice, but it sounds too good to be true. Technology is evolving. Everything's going online. I mean, everything's happening in real time. So this is definitely the way of the future. But unfortunately, there are people that are scamming people. But do your homework, because it would be a scam if one person or a couple of people were doing it and it falls flat. But if your community grows with over 200 a day, and within 4 months from 2,000 to over 17,000, no, I think that's legit. And I'm proof of it.
Yeah, no, great answer. Yeah, thank you. So, I know you need to get going, and I really appreciate you taking the time on this interview. So if you have one tip to leave somebody with, I always like to leave it with a tip. What would that be? Somebody who's just getting started.
The tip I'm going to give is the tip I would give in myself that time before I even knew about this, was don't go and try and do something on your own because you think you're going to save money, because you think you're going to save time. Because if I knew then, before I started my beauty salon, what I know now, I would have never wasted my time and my money, because I was trying to do it my way, because I didn't have a lot of money to start up a business. I went online looking for stuff, all doing it my way. So if you can follow a proven recipe, a proven program that you've seen is working for everyone, rather start there. And I want to give a second tip as well. It's being consistent. You cannot say something doesn't work for you if you don't stick through. It's like following a diet. You cannot say, when you hear about a diet and someone says, oh, you can lose 20 pounds or whatever, kilograms, and you see everyone's having success with a diet, but you are not willing to eat right and you're not willing to go to the gym, you cannot have the same results. And it's exactly with this program. It's so simple that it's step by step. If you're willing to put in your 2 hours a day, you will have your results. So that's my best tips. Yeah.
That's great. I really like that, both tips. And that second tip, it's kind of like a snowball, isn't it? It's like it just, it's going down a hill and it just turns into an avalanche. The consistency of it really starts to build up. And you were talking about when you first started, it was like a sale here, a sale there. And now it's just building upon that, isn't it?
I can actually tell you this, Matt. It's so amazing, right? I'm 5 months in now, and in my first 4 weeks, I didn't earn anything, right? But I kept on being consistent.
Yes.
But I want to tell you, and man, sometimes I wish I could show everyone everything, like take a day and come check my laptop, my phone, everything out.
Yeah.
Since I've started, my income has grown. I didn't make 10 grand a month. I started off making five, I think it was 3 grand. And
Yeah.
then the next month was 10, and the next month was 15. It keeps on growing because my email list keeps on growing. And
Yeah.
just because I'm consistent on my social media and consistent with my 2-hour workday, I've never missed a 2-hour workday. This month is going to be a break. What is the word?
Breakthrough.
A breakthrough month for me, because I used to average like 20 leads a day. Just by being consistent, not doing anything different, I'm all of a sudden averaging 80 leads a day. I mean, it's mind-blowing how your business picks up. And I had someone phone me, 2 people actually this week, that bought from me, $900 legacy builder. And they said to me, Lizelle, I've been watching you from the start, and you've been consistent. And I could see how you've grown. Your first video and your videos that you do now is you're so confident, and I can see you getting the results. And I loved what the other person said. Oh, she was thinking, oh my goodness, this lady, she comes on 8 a.m. every single morning. She does a live on TikTok. So I had to say, there's something, if you can only be so consistent if something works. So yeah, consistency is definitely key.
Yeah. Oh, so good. So good. Thank you. So everybody who's watching here, you're saying to yourself, hey, maybe you're saying, I'd like to be a digital rock star, just like Lizelle. Well, if that's you, get back with the person who shared this with you, or click the link below and just get started. Lizelle, I want to thank you so much for taking your